Hello, this is Whatcast. I'm Matt. So today we're still doing Flat Earth. Why not? And I've been watching quite a lot of stuff, trying to find things that might be funny to react to. And I'm back on Roger Ledwell's channel. Now, he seems to have like debates where they just let people up and they have a bit of half-decent dialogue, which is better than what you get on things like TikTok and whatever. So there's a guy that's joined, and I think it might be heading to some kind of there's like 5 against 1, obviously. They're not going to not do that, are they? But it's Monkey Cat. I've seen this guy, I think, in comment sections and whatever. So let's check it out. Let's see where this conversation goes, and I will chime in as I see fit.
Yeah.
But I truly don't think these people, I'm talking about you, Monkey, just understanding where our...
Yeah, sorry. I'm just sorting this out.
Our totality
He's still talking to his audience, too, I think.
Yeah, most likely.
That's what they do with it, streamers.
Oh, well, he can that good old government ain't here for...
I don't know what all this fucking weird Hulk and shit is in the background. What are they doing? What is that about?
For you, buddy. Trust me there. You know, your source is non-credible, to say the least.
Oh, there he is. He's back. Hey, Max. Hi, Max.
Hey, what's up, man? You smoking a cigarette?
Yeah, he's got to bring his blood pressure down from 220
or a blunt.
160.
He's smoking a blunt.
What's going on here?
Yeah, well,
he's looking for a gotcha moment that he can put on his channel so he can make content.
I pray he isn't married.
Yeah.
God help that poor woman. A poor woman. Show me the proof this is chicken.
There's somebody for everybody, so maybe she's okay with that.
Am I allowed to get a word in for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, so you guys kicked Max just because he showed evidence.
He's making a hit piece. That's why we kicked Max. Yeah. If you're here to make a hit piece and embarrassing me in public in front of everybody, or trying to by clipping out pieces of show.
Well, that's what I'm doing, but I'm not even on your show. But it's funny how they act like that. Like they act like they're so innocent on that. It's like none of these people ever use clips from anyone else to try and make their point.
Do you go around doing that for a living? That's what they call a what? A troll.
Yeah.
Okay.
By definition,
so somebody who disagrees with you is a troll.
They call everybody trolls. It's funny that Roger tries to pretend that other people are making him look stupid. Nobody can do it as well as he can. How's the savings to go to Antarctica getting on, Roger? Still on the $4,000 mark out of the needed 40.
No, somebody comes into my show and tries to get trimmed out pieces to embarrass me and try to get my channel off the air. That's what they do.
Try and get your channel off the air. Long may this channel continue.
Which he just admitted he was trying to do.
He's never going to walk into any other stream anybody else's.
And you know that, Monkey. You're not being genuine by even asking that question, in my opinion. Yeah. This ain't our first rodeo, bro. Don't act like this is yours either, bro.
For a long time.
No, all right. I want to talk to JJ for a second. JJ, I am not a troll at all. I will watch your stuff, but I have noticed that you will block literally anybody in your chat just because they're a globe earther.
And you don't understand why? You truly don't understand why?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm giving respect to Roger because he will actually allow...
Yeah, that's called an echo chamber. Like, what is the point in... Like, don't get me wrong. Yes, I block people from my channel, but I block spammers, not people that disagree. If people put the same thing in all of my videos and just spam the same shit, they're gone. That's it.
People in his chat and in his actual show,
brother, right?
You never do. You never do.
Think about it, bro. Okay, listen. This ain't our first rodeo. How many circular reasonings, how many regurgitations, how many years do you think we're gonna put up with this shit, dude? We're being infiltrated from out and within. We're being attacked every direction. And there's a time and a place to fucking buckle up and not tolerate trolls or we don't mind other opinions. You come in here and be polite. We'll talk to you all day, brother.
That is a lie. That is a lie, JJ.
Dude, there's a time and a place. Okay, you just came in at a bad time when I was not tolerant.
We'll just tolerate. But if you come in at a bad time when I'm not tolerant, then I won't tolerate.
Dude, I've had a fucking enough with you fucking trolls, dude. And it's not a game to me. That's what I keep repeating.
It's not the information. It's how
I personally don't give a shit about the shape of the earth, dude. It's the totality that you're not seeing, dude.
Okay,
these people.
I don't give a shit about the shape of the earth. That's why I spend my entire life on flat earth channels talking about the shape of the earth.
The powers that be are way more tyrannical than you pretend that they're not, dude.
JJ, how about you unblock me from your YouTube chat?
I don't know. Can you still watch but not chat? Because I don't know.
We can always
I keep a clean house, I keep a clean house, dude.
Yeah, and, I see your approve emojis. I know you're talking about.
Take his comments and make his comments so that they have to be approved. There you go.
Well, I'll take a poll too, because really it's a community, you know what I'm saying? And it's like,
yeah, that's a no. He don't want to do it. Yeah, I'll take a poll. I'll ask everybody. What do you think of a bunch of flat earthers? Shall we let the globe speak? No!
I've cleaned house real good for a reason, dude, because, we got to really protect ourselves, dude, because we don't play this like it's a game, bro. It's not a game to us, man. That's the difference between you and I. This ain't entertainment, dude. This is life or death.
It is entertainment. It's not life or death. What the fuck are you talking about? It's so lame. I know people that, and again, I've mentioned it a few times in the past. The reason that I do this is there's a few reasons. The first reason, I find it funny. I find the denial funny, especially since the final experiment, when there's no explanation. They pretend they've debunked it, but haven't and won't talk about it. They know it's crushed them because all of the views are down for all of the Flat Earth channels, whether they're against or for. So it's fucking crushed it, right? It's over. And they're clinging on like children that don't want to admit that they are wrong. That is one of the reasons. Another reason is I like to discredit it as much as possible. Not because, I love the government and whatever they tell me is the truth and I've been indoctrinated by the system. I'm probably, in some senses, well, maybe not so much these days, but I've definitely been down the conspiratorial paths, right? And I know the thinking, that what these people believe. I spoke about conspiracies on a podcast for a very long time. And a lot of my opinions have changed because of Flat Earth and how ridiculous it is. And the way that they actually believe that it is really true. I get from these people, I think some of these people here really do believe this and think this is a really big threat. And I know people that have gone down that path and it's ruined their life, ruined their marriages, ruined their mental health, because they sit in echo chambers, just like what he's saying there. They sit in echo chambers, won't hear the other point of view. And yeah, I've been as guilty as other people, as maybe you could have better dialogue. But then I will point you to people like Will Duffy, and I will say, I don't know anybody that's ever been more polite than Will Duffy to flat earthers in conversation, and gave them a platform quite like Will Duffy did. And yet he is the most hated man in the flat earth community. They despise him. They say the most awful things about him. So all this bullshit about how if you're just nice to us, we'll be nice to you. Nah.
The future of our goddamn children, dude, and humanity is not a freaking game, bro. I will die right now for this shit, brother. I'm not playing, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's not a, you know exactly what I'm saying, man. I don't even need to say anymore.
World's a screwy place.
I'm just saying that I got blocked on your channel just for saying hi.
Well, it's timing, brother. It's timing. Look at the totality. This ain't your first rodeo either. You've been around for a long time, dude. I've seen you. Okay?
Yeah.
This
been around for 6-7 years.
I've seen you, bro. And that's why you should even understand more than anybody why I do what I do. Okay? It's not a game to me. And I'm not playing, dude.
Yeah. And can I say something too, Monkey Pat? You've been in this argument long enough. You've seen our arguments. And you see our logic, too. It's not done just off the fly. It wasn't off the cuff. We didn't come to...
Yeah, but all of your points, Roger, all of the points that you make have always been rebutted, and you've been told what it actually is. And then you just repeat it again to the next person. Yeah, I agree with Roger there. I've had loads of conversations with flat earthers over the last few years, and it is like just rinse, repeat every time you have that, which is why I got bored of doing it on TikTok, because I'm just having the same conversation with every single one. You'd get the one that comes fresh from Eric DeBay's video that thinks that those talking points are absolutely destructive. And then you get the ones that are really entrenched into it, like this lot, that if you tell them things, they know what they don't know. But so they just avoid those topics. And no matter how many times you hit them with them, they don't care. They'll just say, well, I'll look into that. And then they just don't. And when I was talking to Jaren the other week, I had Jaren on for about 2 hours. And he was saying to me, like, how he used to think. He would say that, like, if he didn't have an answer for something, then he would just put it to the side and ignore it and look at the things that he did have answers for and concentrate on them and hope that someone will solve the thing that he hasn't got an answer for. And he realizes how ridiculous that was now. Now he's seen reality. Oh, no, he didn't. It was all fake.
Our conclusions just off of a video. We have personal experiences and our own personal proofs that we carry with us. And wear it like a badge, dude.
Okay. You know what? I give you guys credit for holding your own beliefs. I'm just saying you guys should probably look into it a little more, be a little bit more open-minded. Don't be so
That's ridiculous,
close-minded.
brother. That's ridiculous.
Hold on.
It's not ridiculous. That's completely true. Critique your own side of the argument the same way you do the globe. Critique the flat earth the same. You don't care that nothing works on a flat earth because you know that they are against you and they are trying to, kill everybody or whatever.
Monkey,
We've done
let me
more
respond to
looking into
that.
it than any of you put together.
Yep.
dude.
Are you sure about
That is absolute bullshit. I went into this topic as more of a conspiracy theorist than not. And it was still fucking ridiculous to me. And everything I've seen, with no going into it with zero bias, it just nothing on a flat earth works.
Opposite.
Yeah.
We're the opposite of indoctrination. Absolutely. We
Bullshit.
had to unlearn all the crap that you're trying to lecture us about. We've already learned that shit and ditched it.
Monkey.
No.
Monkey. So you got to remember, we've been taught this since grade school, dude. Right? This is not like us talking about the globe earth. This is not the first time I've heard about it. I heard about it when I was in 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, college. Like, we know the globe earth model.
Better
Better
than
Then why
most
do you
of
think
guys.
it's wrong?
They always think they know it better than other people. And they probably know it better than your average person on the street. But when you've got these, like, the sciencey types that know everything about everything, they claim they know it better than them. Like, these people really do believe that there's physicists out there that don't test anything. They've just read a book and they just believed it and that's it. They never, ever... Like, there's not one physicist ever that thought, how does this work? I'm going to look further into this because this don't seem right to me. Like, that's never happened according to these people.
Because it
because
is.
we've
And
it's
look,
just
at the
because it is.
credibility.
Earth
Look
model.
at the credibility of your source, first of all.
No, because we've done research and
Look-
we've come to the conclusion that that's just
Learn how
not
to
right.
think for yourself.
It's not an attack on you guys. We're not saying you guys are dumb. We're just saying, look, we did our research and we don't agree with that
We're
model.
all there
That's
with
it.
you, bro. All of us. Not one
that's
single
it.
one
That's
of
all
us.
it is.
We're in a baller, dude. Because you're taught the ball before you're
Right.
walking,
Yep.
dude. You got Marvin the Martian onesies on.
That's actually not true at all. Like, I was never taught I always said this is where we live, this is the solar system, whatever. But they never teach you about anything like the stuff that you learn once you're in this conversation. I didn't know anything about anything. But what I do know is there is no model of flatness that can possibly work, and there never will be. It can't even work with the basics, with the sun and with the star rotations. Impossible ever. The end. It doesn't matter what else you think.
And you're watching cartoons with fucking, space and outer space, and you go to your crib and there's a mogul over your head with the planets and the solar system. First day of school, you go in, there's a globe on your teacher's desk. They're teaching you before you can even talk and walk, dude.
They stuck
It's all
us.
indoctrination.
They stuck us.
Dude, I love space. Dude, I was a Star Trek, Star Wars. I love space. I thought
It's
space was
sci-fi
freaking
though.
amazing.
That's all.
dude.
You got to be able to use the
But yeah, and then I realized it was sci-fi and it was all just not true. It's just they lied to us. The government is full of crap. Like, that's the bigger picture here. It's not.
I will say this: Star Wars has had such a bad effect on the general public, because when you Star Wars is like flat Earth thinking. When they say things like "you're upside down if you're in Australia," they think that because they see things like Star Wars, where there's a universal up and down in space with all the space battles. The ships are this way up. All of them are the same way up. That in reality, that wouldn't be the case at all, would it? There's no up and down. There's no upside down. But they will all level off to like there's an Earth underneath them, and they're in the sky in Star Wars, and that leads people like flat earthers to believe that people believe that that's what space is in reality, and that's why they can't get their head around it.
The shape of the Earth is the fact that government is lying to
Okay.
us. And that's a problem.
Okay.
is the opposite of it.
The government is lying to us. All the governments around the world. And yeah, they fucking do about quite a lot of things. And yeah, I think sometimes governments, well, a lot of the time, they're deliberately divisive. Divide and conquer, that shit. There is no reason whatsoever. You can pretend it's to hide God. There's no reason whatsoever to pretend we live on a sphere if we don't. None.
indoctrination, because the school teaches you what to think. You go regurgitate, you're going to get an A, and if you get bad grades, you probably get your ass whooped by your parents. So you better go regurgitate. They teach you what to think and not how to think. And that's a fact.
They sat us in
And
front
then
of
you guys, that's why you need to learn what fallacies are. And appealing to credentials is a no. And you appeal to your authority. That's all you guys do is appeal. Everything that you guys have is fallacious. 100%. You cannot live on a globe and not be fallacious. Because
listen. So yeah, of course I did. I went through school.
You can't be but I'm just going to reject the 24-hour sun in Antarctica and all of the 24-hour videos and the videos filming the cameras filming the cameras and the cameras filming the cameras filming the cameras. That's not evidence to me. But everyone else is indoctrinated.
I got my basic high school education, all that. I went to live at college, and of course, obviously, it told me, Earth is a globe, blah 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 blah. But then afterwards, when I started hearing about flat Earth stuff, I started doing my own research. And when I started doing my research, I ended up proving myself that it's a globe.
Okay.
Same. Exactly the same.
So what's your...
Well, we did the same research, and we proved it was false.
No, you didn't prove anything. If you'd proved something, you'd all be sitting on a Nobel Prize now. Oh, no, you wouldn't, because they know you're right, but they won't admit it.
Can I ask you another question?
See, that's the problem.
Can you give me your number one proof of your globe?
Yeah. Number one proof is the sun fucking sets, but that's easy.
You don't need to go any further. You don't need to go any further. Like, this is when people go into relativity and they go into this stuff, people trying to tell you, people that don't understand things, a lot of the flat earth argument that irritates me and stuff that I can't watch is when someone that doesn't know what they're talking about is arguing with someone else that doesn't know what they're talking about things like relativity. And I just think, why are you even there? Why are you even at that point when you can just look at the sun and say, that wouldn't set, that would change size? There's 2 points of rotation. Even if from your perspective, you look this way and they're going that way. You look that way and they're going that way. That's just perspective. No, for a start, that doesn't work at all. But even if let's pretend it's all perspective, there's still 2 points of rotation in the sky. Impossible if it's flat. What's your answer? You don't need to go any further. The argument being taken, it's just trying to make a credible argument because you can't explain basics.
Number two,
go ahead.
One of my good friends literally last month filmed a solar transit of Titan putting a shadow on Jupiter, filming it live.
Okay, I'm still looking for the globe proof.
Roger, play that video of the plane fall.
I'll send you a link to the Final Experiments YouTube channel. Go look at the 24-hour sun for 24 hours in real time on 360 cameras and look around and listen to conversations while you're doing it. You're not going to get better globe proof than that because you're never going to go into space, Roger. You're not even going to ever go to Antarctica, even though you pretend you're desperately trying to get there with your 17p that you've saved so far.
In the sun.
You don't think a sunset could work on a flat Earth? You just hand us misperspectives or
perspectives? Nothing. Perspective doesn't work like that, and you know it. This is what I mean. Oh, everyone's a liar. That's just a lie.
Or what, dude? You cherry pick when and when not to use?
I can't think of any other reason why the sun would set bottom up.
Anytime anything goes away from you, it disappears from the bottom up.
No, it doesn't. That's the only reason it does is because we live on a globe. But if the Earth was flat, if the ground was completely level, nothing would ever go below the horizon. Nothing ever would.
Bro, it's called the vanishing point. Don't play dumb.
A vanishing point is if something went into a point. I'm speaking a lot today, but this sort of stuff really does actually quite irritate me. Because even if he's going to pretend that things disappear from the bottom up, it would still get smaller while it was doing that, and we never see that. And there would never be a crisp horizon.
It's all perspective. Wait, it's elementary. I got a question too. Elementary, bro. It's not even like.
How about
it's not elementary. Nobody agrees with you other than flat earthers. That isn't what we see ever.
I do better than that. I get Stoneman's sunset video.
I never talked to Monkey Cat, but I have a question.
He's got one video where the sun appears to be disappearing into a haze, and he shows it to everybody. Just go out yourself and watch the sunset. Disprove your own video.
Yeah. So why don't satellites burn up there in the atmosphere?
Why would they?
Well, how hot is it? Do they say how hot is it?
Well, they're going faster than the SR-71.
Yeah, but there's no atmosphere up there.
So there's no what resistance.
Magic.
Yeah,
Bending and warping.
there's no
of space-time.
So
Dude, JJ, come on. Let me
How
and
does it
D-Man
maintain
have a word.
resistance?
Go for it, man. My apologies.
D-Man. So
let 'em talk.
basically, satellites are up there in orbit,
Uh-huh.
and there is no atmosphere, so there is no restriction. There's no
The
friction.
troposphere, stratosphere, and mesosphere, right?
Yeah, sure, they're up there. They're above the Kármán line.
Okay. Well, look. Okay, where does it say that the satellites go up to?
To whoever, like, satellites have different heights. You have low Earth orbit,
Okay, but
medium orbit, and high Earth
what
orbit.
degrees do they say it's the heat is up there that it's burning at?
Okay, again, I think I said this the other night. Yes, okay, they're getting direct sunlight from the sun, but because there is no medium, technically.
So they magically don't burn up, right?
Correct.
So
Somehow
not-
we're supposed to believe that they're not going to burn up and fall.
It's not
fall
transferring
straight to the
radiant
earth.
heat from the light
not-
coming from the sun.
Do they
Yeah,
just go around forever?
And whatever
Yeah.
happened to the inverse square law of light with being able to see the ISS, but you can't see a Boeing 747 from.
Jesus Christ. If satellites are not real, why have people got satellite dishes and why are they all pointing, depending on where they are on the globe, why are they pointing to the same? Like, I get TV from a satellite. That's just a fact.
Half the distance.
I wonder if Roger's done any homework on radar horizons yet. I bet he hasn't. Oh, well, I'm going to look at that. I wonder if he has.
How do they
Do
steer?
you cherry pick that too?
The satellites don't have to steer. They are in a specific orbit that uses a lot of math when they launch that
Okay, so
satellite.
they use steel and aluminum and titanium and gold, right?
Yeah,
And
what
they
about
can
them?
burn up to what, 2,000 degrees Celsius? So what? So
Okay.
how hot do they say it? Look up on Google. How hot does it say it is?
This blows my mind. It's like they think. So they'll tell you this will burn up to this temperature. This will be safe until it gets to this temperature. Then they say this point in the sky is this temperature. And then they put it there and think no one will just notice. Like any physicist or scientist would be alarm bells. They'd be like, hang on, if that burns at this temperature and they're putting it there, that's it. It doesn't work like that.
2,000 over
You
2,000
guys-
degrees Celsius. So why aren't they burning up?
You guys don't
Way
understand.
past
Don't they have
We
solar
don't understand
panels on
magic.
those things?
What do you mean?
Mass
I mean, this is
attracting
what
mass,
this is what
orbit.
they're telling us, though. That's what I'm confused about. I just want to hear why he thinks satellites are real.
Because
You heard it on TV. Because it's
no.
Government told them.
How desperate must you be that you've got to pretend that satellites are not real?
because
Have you seen
because
one?
a lot
I'm
of-
not gonna, yeah, I just
Okay.
want to hear what he has to say. I'm chill. I'm not going to be tweeting
Yeah.
like Max.
okay.
No, Max is like that 24 hours a day. He wakes up and says,
Oh,
"Where is my breakfast?"
Yeah, okay. I'll agree. Max can be a little aggressive, but he
Yeah.
likes to debate. I don't like to debate. I just like to have a simple.
This is not my fork. Give me the
Alright.
fork I had yesterday.
He's a
Oh,
good
go
friend.
on,
of mine. I
Monkey.
love Max. He's one of my best friends.
I respect your approach, but I don't respect his whatsoever, brother.
No, and the whole point is like doing hit pieces on people to defame them,
Yeah.
which don't represent me at all. That's just wrong.
I
I
just
mean,
hope you guys
Roger.
can.
It's not hit pieces though, is it? Like it. The people that they like, look at Twatsoid, for example. The amount of shit that he says about people, yet Roger doesn't have any issue with him. That's the hypocrisy of it. Like, he literally called the girl, Lisbeth, that went to Antarctica. He basically said that she was fucking everyone on the trip. And Roger didn't have an issue with that. But he don't like people talking bad about people.
To understand that
That's
this is
immoral.
it's more than the shape of the earth,
Oh, yeah,
I think that's what you guys are lacking.
JJ, we know trust me, the people that know, we know it's the big picture. We know there's a lot.
Yeah,
of
I'm talking
things.
about
Yeah, we're the ones that really know. I don't 20 minutes is gone. That's about as long as my videos usually are. Maybe I'll revisit this. But it's quite annoying when you get these people that are like, we're the ones. We're the special ones that really know what's going on. We've done our own research and everything's a lie. The problem is that there's an element of truth with conspiracy theorists. This is what I've learned over talking to them for many years and sometimes being one about certain things, is that all you need is a little bit of truth, and then your mind can get carried away with what that must mean. When it gets carried away to the point that you don't believe where we live and you think that that's a lie just because they're hiding God or whatever that they think the reason is, they're hiding extra land, then you've lost it. Like there would be no reason. Like, to me, a disc is just as absurd as a ball flying through space. Like, you wouldn't think that could exist. Either one of them. Some people, if they're religious, they'll go with God created all of the spheres and everything's going around themselves, and they still think that was God. I'm not religious at all. But the other, they've got a flat, because it looks flat, it must be flat. And then they look into it, oh, fuck, what do we do? It can't be flat because, the atmosphere. We've got to put a dome over it. The sun must be outside the dome to do this. I'll bring it inside to do this. Nothing matches. And yet they dissect the globe. This don't work, that wouldn't work. Entropy says this. But then you look at the flat earth, well, how does that work? It don't matter, we don't claim, we don't make claims. We've got no claims. Just so disingenuous. And that's why it's kind of gets a bit boring to have conversations with these people. And I genuinely started talking to them, trying to reason with them, try and critique your own beliefs. But I'm done with that. Like, they're just so arrogant and narcissistic, and it's so point and laugh. Why not? Thanks for watching. This has been Whatcast. Bit more serious than I usually am today. I don't know why. See you later.